Hello, AWS teams. My name is Yong. So today I'm gonna introduce one AWS service. It's called Amazon Cognito. So let's just go into what is AWS Cognito. Amazon Cognito is the core identity product service within AWS itself and also other external identity. So now the service as a whole provide what? It provide authentication, authorization, and user management for web or mobile apps. So what is authentication? Authentication means login or sign in to verify credential. Authorizations means how it manage the access to the service, and the user management means to allow the creations and management of serverless user database. So we need to know two things that is most important in computer service, which is user pool and identity pool. So the end goal of the user pool is to sign in and get a JSON web token. The JSON, the JWT, can be used for authentications with applications and certain AWS products like API gateway. But we need to notice that most of the AWS service does not actually support JWT. Therefore, in order to access most of the AWS service, we need to have an actual AWS credential. So how we can have the actual AWS credential, we will discuss later because we have another pool is called identity pool, which we can actually assume a role and generate a temporary AWS credential. So let's see later. So now we just want to know that what is user pool. User pool actually give us some functionalities like sign up, sign in with our customizable web UI, and it provides some security features like multi-factor authentication and other security features. So it can check for a compromised credential and also offer account takeover protection. So they also allowed social sign-ins like Facebook, Google, Amazon, Apple, such that. So now the aim of the identity pool, we go to the identity pool. The aim of the identity pool is allowed you to offer access to temporary credential that we said just now. So the unauthorized, the identity pool, we have two, which unauthenticated identity, sorry for just now. So it is an unauthenticated identity for the guest user. And we could also have the federated identity. We can use this federated identity for the social sign-ins like Facebook, Google, Twitter, and SAML 2.0, and others short-term AWS credential. So now I hope that at this point you see the difference between user pool and the identity pool. User pool is all about offering a join up, sign up, and or sign in experience with the user directory and profile management service. So about login and manage your user identity. The identity pool are about swapping the authenticated things for the AWS credential. So one possible type of the identity is user pool plus identity pool combined become user identity pool that we will see we'll see after that. So now let's just step forward to a few of architecture overview and to let you visualize and understand how AWS Cognito works. So first is AWS Cognito user pool. Note that this is a user pool. So we have the user pool, Cognito user pool here with the social sign-ins and all of this. We, as mentioned, will output a JWT token, a user pool token, and our device use the user pool token as a proof of authentication to this server, and this server can access the server-based resource. And also we just mentioned that this JWT token can use to access AWS API gateway service and Lambda via a legacy. This is just via a legacy, but we most likely use identity pool for the AWS service. And then next we go to identity pool. Yeah, here for the social sign-ons here, and we authenticate the social sign-in for the third-party IDP, and then we got the API, Google API token, and then we use the token, and then we pass it to the identity pool. So now here, identity pool usually have two roles. As we say that is that they have authenticated role and unauthenticated role. When you authenticate with your sign-in, then we basically the Cognito assume the authenticated role, assume the role, and then it will create a temporary AWS credential back to you, and then you can obviously use this AWS temporary credential to do whatever you want to access the AWS service. So basically, it's just how you can use the social sign-in and then pass it to Cognito, get back the AWS credential, and then yeah, you can do whatever you want with with the temporary credential already because you assume the role. So next, we just combine it both together. Yeah, here, this is Cognito user pool with social sign-ons, output a JWT as usual, and then the JWT token is the user pool token. We can use and pass it to the identity pool, Cognito identity pool, and then this will the Cognito will assume the role and then get back to you the temporary credential, and then you can do whatever you want with the temporary credentials. So this is the overview of what Cognito is, and it's like very deep, it's very deep. But I hope you all know what I want to say, and it's all about this video. Thank you.